What's going on, y'all? So we are back with the Kyogre Zygarde team. We had lots of fun with this team yesterday, and it's generally a pretty solid team, you know? Kyogre helps Kartana because it sets up the rain, which helps with fire moves. Zygarde is bad against ice, which Kartana is good against. And honestly, the way that I'm running the Zygarde is it's bulky enough that it survives pretty much everything, and then once it gets off the power construct, it can pretty much survive one more of whatever it just took. So having access to floral healing with that just makes it ridiculous, and they have to kind of choose, okay, do you target Comfey right away, or do you target Zygarde right away? And Zygarde will just start straight picking up the KOs, and they might not take out Comfey right away if they try to, and then Zygarde is just around longer, and Comfey gets to do more floral healings. So it's pretty crazy. It's obviously the Zygarde mode doesn't always work, but it definitely can put in work. Let's just say that. So Comfey, great partner for Zygarde, wins with the eject button. Was originally meant for Aqua Jet Urshifu to go with, but I mean Sucker Punch Urshifu can work with it as well. Dark Urshifu being really good against Solgaleo and things like that in this meta. Calyrex Ice, which obviously Zygarde doesn't like, so Kartana and Urshifu are supposed to help with that. But that's what we got, and let's just give her another shot. No QOTD today. People gotta interact with the QOTDs, you know? Because I make them and then they don't get answered, and then I'm like, well, I could have just used this QOTD on another day where people felt like answering. Okay, so they've got scary stuff. There's no lying about that. I'm thinking in this case, we might possibly want to set up Trick Room. It's not 100% gonna work in our benefit, but it's definitely something we could do. I'm thinking it definitely depends on what they want to go for, right? But, or you could just lead Kartana, honestly. You could just lead, or you could lead, Whim's Urshifu. I think this is a situation where I might do that. It's definitely not gonna guarantee me any level of success, but it does feel like something I can do, in this situation. Okay. It's a little scary. It's a little bit scary. So, okay, they do pretty much what I was hoping they would do. Not 100%. I definitely wouldn't call this what I wanted them to do, but I will say that it works. Did we bring a good answer to Kartana? I don't feel like we did. We don't want to lose Urshifu too early, actually. So let's try to switcheroo here, and maybe even just protect. It really depends. Really depends. Okay, that might be best. Honestly, that might be best. Because if they no, because they're not going to Dynamax. Okay, so that sucks just a wee bit. We do have our own Kartana. I don't necessarily feel like bringing it out right now is the good thing to do, because if they use Sacred Sword on my Kartana with a +1 boost, it's gonna do a lot. So I am gonna bring out Zygarde. But this one is not looking good. If they don't Dynamax, I can just Wicked Blow. If they do Dynamax, which I'm kind of feeling, we close combat here. But I think they've played this really well so far. If I one-shot them with close combat, then why would I max Quake? You know? Okay. So I should have max Rockfall. Always max Rockfall. Oh, but they have Sash. Sash is up. We're good. We are good. Okay. So they will have the chance to put me asleep, though, unfortunately, and that's the real worry, right? Like, so what do I think I should do here? Kartana can kind of deal with it. It'd be really nice to preserve Urshifu, and I don't see this max Rockfall getting a KO, which they can also heal the damage off with Oblivion Wing. But avoiding Zygarde for too long is also going to be very costly. So like I could switch out Urshifu right now into Kartana. It's just so, this is gonna be a bad one. Yeah. So they do Dynamax. I'd prefer that. Zygarde is pulling through though. So we actually might be able to pick up a KO here on ol' Zygarde board. Or I mean Yveltal. Get our health back. Having Comfy here actually might have been a winning play, but because I don't have Comfy, it's a little more rough. So we max Quake. I feel like if they have Groudon in the back, we ultimately might want to actually Steel Spike right now. But I want to get damage. So we hope Smart Strike can do this much. I don't see why it wouldn't. Please, Smart Strike. Okay. And with that boost, Leaf Blade is a big threat. We survive. We are big survivors. We Quake up again, which is actually going to be pretty important. We are not surviving much more though, I'll tell you that. So we actually might be able to pull this one off. I'm not going to lie to you. Because I think it really depends on what Venusaur has right now. Because if they max Flare, that will lose me the game, more than likely. Okay. They max Flare, they lose, I lose. Yeah. Fate be a cruel maiden, as they say. Ooh, so if I had actually switched out, if I had switched out Zygarde there, I don't think it would have guaranteed me anything, but I think the repositioning would have given me a little bit more to work with. Because what I have to do here, right, is I probably Sucker Punch the Venusaur and hope that they miss, right? So we Sucker Punch here and hope they miss Precipice Blades. But they do. Oh, man. That feels bad. Because if they had actually attacked there, I could have just won. But unfortunately, they didn't. Come on, buttons. Do button things. Okay, that sucks. Well, they saved everything they needed to save for long enough. You know? They didn't reveal their fire move. They didn't reveal yeah, I had to switch out Zygarde that turn, and it would have made it less likely that they go for Sleep Powder is really the only difference it would have made. So big unfortunate. If you switch out Urshifu... No, because you would switch out Kartana for Urshifu, and then you would have to sack Urshifu, and then it would be Kartana versus Groudon and Venusaur, which they just max flare. So that's why I didn't do that. Yeah, that was a really, really rough end position. And the only thing that would have guaranteed me the most maybe success would have had to be that play that I was just talking about. So another slightly annoying looking team. I mean, they probably just intimidate us, right? But I still feel like Comfy Zygarde is pretty solid here. With Urshifu in the back. And, I mean, Kartana can only do so much here, I feel like, honestly. Like, so Urshifu could be good. Could be good. But who knows? Rose? Is it the Rose? The Rose. Urshifu has Sash. Kartana has moves that destroy Gastrodon. Because in the end game, that's what matters, right? Is can I get rid of Gastrodon? I don't think that's the Rose. But maybe. So they do lead that. That's not like necessarily what I want to see here. But what we can do either way is we can start getting deboosts. And we can take out this slot. Okay. So I'm fine with that. I brought Kyogre, so the one thing that could be a little scary here is if they go for max Airstream, but I think that's really all, right? But I don't feel like they should feel like they have to. Like, it's not like Zygarde is fast, and Comfy can use Trick Room. So, we'll see. I mean, oh god, don't do that. Lumberry. Yup. Don't use max Airstream. Freaking rude. And you can imagine they have a max speed boy, too. They actually survived that. That's not good for me. So we might honestly have to bring in Urshifu and sack Urshifu right now. Because I need to wait out their Dynamax right now is really what I need to do. I could have gone for damage that turn, I guess. But it depends on if they Spirit Break. Because I'm thinking a +2 Grim is actually fast enough to get off the Spirit Break first. Foul play, okay. So they will get fast. Wims with the eject button could have actually helped for this. What did my opponent Dynamax in the last game? Venusaur? Yeah. So in this case, we can max Rockfall, and let's just throw off a Sucker Punch. The max Rockfall should still get the KO, and then we kind of just like run wild a little bit with Kyogre and Zygarde. So decent Sucker Punch damage. They are gonna max Airstream. Does quite a bit. They probably also Oblivion Wing. So without transforming, they might unfortunately be able to pick up a KO here. With Earthquake plus Behemoth Blade. So they actually are putting me in a kind of bad position. But I do have actually +2 defense, so I think I gotta remember that. It looked like they just survived, but we, get the Sandstorm. And then we bring out Choice Scarf Ogre, which will be slower than the Landorus. But this is going to be interesting. I actually think Zygarde might be able to pull this one off for the boys because of this +2 defense. So +2 defense, +1 attack, but we just 1,000 arrows here, and we can't lock into Ice Beam in this case. We have to lock into Origin Pulse. Origin Miss though, like, it's just a thing. Like, it's just a thing, okay? So they might protect, and ooh, that's actually worst case scenario. That's actually worst case. We do hit, though. Okay, so that should ensure that we win the game. Yeah. Because what you gonna do when Zygarde comes for you? So a little scary. I mean, we pulled it off for sure. Should we play another one? We could. We definitely could. In the spirit of 3-match videos, I guess we will. I just don't want to lose. But we want to get to Ultra Ball tier, you know? That's the goal. So we have one real loss so far with the Zygarde team. And then the first one obviously was pretty ridiculous. So a 1-to-4 ratio. Not terrible at this point. Ugh. Don't do this to me. Don't do this. Don't do this. Oh man, I wish you could just back out at this point. Like, if it's gonna take forever, like, just let me back out and then research again. Because when you restart the search, you have a chance of finding someone. Yeah. They were smart to go for Sacred Sword, though. I'll give them that. There you go. Like, it's, you know, takes 2 seconds. Oh god, this is another situation that could get really rough. I'd still say we lead Urshifu Wims here. If they lead Charizard, that's fine. If they lead Kyogre, that's fine. I feel like I really need to, like, assess if doing this is actually the right thing to do. Because if they perchance do not lead Venusaur, then doing this is not the right thing to do. Do we want Kartana or do we want Zygarde in the back? I think both could have their moments. I think the Weather Ball was a huge problem last time. And Zygarde has longevity. The Venusaur Grim. Okay. So, this is a case where I'm not really expecting them to switch out right away. Like, it just doesn't seem like what would make sense right now, right? So I am just going to Switcheroo and Wicked Blow this time, in the off chance that they for some reason don't do what I'm expecting them to. But I think they should Dynamax right now. I think that would be a pretty good play for them. Yeah. So the one concern could be if they paralyze me. But I think they should set up a Reflect or something. Okay. So that's gonna, change the tides of this game quite a lot, which is always good. They are gonna Spirit Break, which is a little unfortunate. Yeah. So in this case, I'm gonna say, let's just Wicked Blow the Groudon for some nice chip damage, and let's Tailwind. I mean, this game is already almost won just by the fact that it's going this way, right? But we still need to play well. I'm gonna say let's bring in Kyogre. And what I'm actually gonna do here, even though it might seem a little unorthodox, is I'm going to Water Spout, and I'm going to Fake Tears the Groudon slot, in the case that they switch out Groudon into like Venusaur or something. Yeah, that's good. So let's hope that they don't use Light Screen. They do, but not gonna save them in this case. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I think what I want to do here is I want to max Hailstorm the Calyrex and Fake Tears. But in the light screen though, it's gonna do like nothing. Okay. So I think my best play there was actually not what I just did. It hopefully won't lose me the game because I have Dynamax Kyogre. But that was not the best play at all. I did it because I was afraid they would have Sash, right? So, like, ultimately, it kind of makes sense why I made the play that I made. But, you know, now this is going to be an actual battle again, unfortunately. So here we max Geyser the Calyrex slot, and we protect. We want them to not protect Calyrex here, so they're not going to do good. Ooh. This is gonna be close, actually. This is gonna be really close. So Groudon comes back out. Groudon actually has a decent bit of health. They should protect Groudon here, right? They almost always should protect Groudon right now if they have it. Did we see them use Protect earlier? Because I don't remember. I think leaving Grimmsnarl alive for this long has been disadvantageous. But at this point, I think we do have to... live. Okay, I think that should win us the game. Okay. So I think... no, I just protect and I win. Oh. Okay, so they need a crit. They need a crit to win this. But wait, I should be faster than them? Definitely faster with Kyogre. But faster with Zygarde is only a possibly. No crits. Okay, I win. I think. Well, because I get Big Boy form. And I protect, and I win. So we're definitely not here to risk another P-Blade's crit, you know, but we are going to protect. Because that is the perfect way to win. Nice. So, I mean, I called the turn 1 right. That's really what mattered. Because I knew in that case, because of their lead, it was more likely they would Dynamax Venusaur and just do something with Grimmsnarl instead of trying to Sleep Powder. They didn't Scary Face, which I think ultimately was really important, but they did Spirit Break, which, you know, did a lot of damage. But it allowed us to play defensively enough to play offensively in the end, but it was still really close. Like, you do have to give it that. But that's just the power of Zygarde, so. Alright. Hope y'all enjoyed, and till the next vid, have a good day, y'all.